Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Turin here with another Warhammer Total War live battlecast. In this particular game, we are going to play the Warriors of Chaos, and it looks like we're going to be facing off against the goblins of some sort. So, again, it's probably going to be a goblin build when you see someone playing the Crooked Moon over there. So, I don't know if Lore of Fire is really necessary against goblins, to be honest, but the synergy with the Kindle Flame and the Chaos Sword is a little bit hard to pass up on. So, I think we're going to go with that. We'll keep a Fireball just to have some utility. And to be honest, I don't really like getting the Exalted Heroes anymore. I feel like just getting the Man Scores is a pretty good trade in my opinion. They cause terror, and against goblins that's going to be really big, so we're going to go ahead and spam a little bit and just get 3 man scores. So we have a pretty mean air force right now. So we're also going to get, of course, the Aspiring Champs, which are going to be very good against a goblin build, so we'll get 3 of those. And against Greenskins, Forsaken are actually really strong. Just a great unit. They can tear through low tier units and are very solid. So we're going to get the 3 of those guys. And let's see, what else do we want to get? Do we want to get some trolls and have some fun? I feel like trolls aren't going to be that great against goblins, or I guess they're okay against like black orcs and things like that, but not in this particular situation, guys. So we could go with a very heavy Marauder build and just have more density, or we could just get a few Chaos Warriors. How many can we afford? 2 of those. So this is a pretty solid front line if you combine these two. Aspiring Champions can get beaten. I actually did some unit testing with them that I'll be posting in the next week or two, and they get beat down by a lot of units in just one-on-one battles. So, again, just having them supplemented with like troops like Chaos Warriors is going to be pretty good for you. So we'll get those guys there. Let's see. Do I want to see if there's anything else I can cut here? So if I cut Foe Seeker, I'd like to get to like one more group of these just to round it out. I could get rid of some Forsaken, but I feel like Forsaken are just so darn good in this matchup. So maybe we'll just get a group of Chaos Marauders and they'll just chevron them up. And let's actually look at the difference. So if we chevron them, yeah, so, that's with the Aspiring Champ. So with these guys, okay, it's not terribly different, I suppose. They have less melee attack, actually. So these Marauders with the chevrons have a higher melee attack there. So we got to make sure I have potions too. If you forget potions, man, that's so bad. It's definitely so bad. But yeah, there's probably some scary things he can bring to the table, like the Rusty Errors, or the Rusty Errors. Those guys are really scary. Like if they're able to focus your Lord, and then he has like Skarsnik or other kind of punishment duelist type characters, they can really dumpster your Lord if you're not careful. So you have to be very wary with that. Definitely the Gobos have a lot of tricks up their sleeve, but Manscore's pretty good at kind of neutralizing that type of harassment. Like if he has like some Goblin Wolfrider archers, I can just sick a Manscore on it, not worry about it, and then pull it off once my infantry core engages. So very strong. So exactly what Chaos wants, in my opinion, just a big open field. Although I guess against the Greenskins, it would be nice to have some terrain to advance through, so I don't take a lot of missile fire in the process, but I prefer these open field style of battles. I like to kind of see everything right away and know what's going on, but he'll probably have Skulk, and probably Nasty Skulkers, actually, which I probably should have done a Marauder build because I totally forgot about that unit. But he's probably going to spam the Nasty Skulkers, who will do pretty darn good against like Chaos Warriors and those type of things. But I'm hoping the Forsaken can kind of carry me on their back. So we'll go ahead and set those guys up here. We'll put the Aspiring Champs right behind them. Definitely going to be the secondary line. You never want them in the front. They'll get killed. They just don't have a lot of HP. They have only 2,100 HP. So despite how strong they are, they can go down pretty quick. And again, that's why you're paying 1,500 for them and not paying a whole lot. So we'll get these guys in the back. I'm definitely going to fan them out as the battle goes. And it's going to be very simple in terms of our initial deployment strategy. So we'll go here, Lore of Fire, Man Scores. These guys are great against goblins. They cause terror and fear. That's very tough to deal with low morale units. And you can see, yeah, he's definitely going a goblin build. So 1,400 troops is huge. It's going to take a while to get through all that. So I would like to try and snipe out Skarsnik. I mean, what can you do against this? If you have like a Skarsnik type character, anyone, this is just such punishment. Like this Air Force here, if he doesn't have like Orc Boy Biggins or something with anti-large to really help out. But I don't know, maybe I won't be that. I don't know if it would be that good, but who knows. So we'll go ahead and advance here, just kind of go right down the pipe here. So it looks like he's got, oh yeah, the Forsaken are going to have a field day for sure. The Moonhowlers, he's got a lot of harass though. And it looks like he has some Doom Divers, and the Arachnarok Queen, she's really hard to deal with. So if I'm not paying attention and like she gets on me with 380 weapon strength and poison, that high melee attack, it's going to be tough. So I got to be really cognizant of that and not get too arrogant in regards to my targeting. So put this guy in group 3 and just have him deal with the harass, which should be fine because I don't want him getting free pot shots at the Forsaken. So this Manscore, even though it's slower, sometimes when they have like that descent, I feel like they gain a little speed or something, or some momentum, because you can see he like actually catches up and treads, like gets into them, which is pretty cool. So, but my opponent's still actually getting some pot shots at my Lord, which is pretty cool. Good use of these guys, and I believe these guys are extremely fast with 92 run speed here. They're getting trolled a little bit, getting chased down, and he probably has like some hidden units he's going to try and bait me into here. So we'll just fly right overhead here, and okay, so let's see. He's got Goblin Archers, and does he have anything else? Does he have like the heroic unit here? So it looks like he has some nasty Skulkers here. So we're actually getting some good scouting right now. So we'll just continue to fly overhead and see what's going on. I'm actually okay with that. So let's go ahead and get the Chaos Warriors deployed and going going where they need to be. And we'll go here, and we'll go here, and we'll go here. And these aspiring champs are really just going to tear into this goblin front line. So I'm taking a lot of missile fire here, actually, so I got to be careful. My scouting mission is not reaping all the results that I wanted. So Forsaken here, we'll probably send one out here, and we'll send one right down the pipe, actually. I think that would probably be okay. So we're going to go here and probably split off our forces and have these guys go after them. We'll probably have a Manticore land on these goblins here. And is that a rock lobber? Oh, okay, I didn't even notice that, actually. So he's probably doing some good work with that. We're going to send one Manticore in the middle just to kind of terrify here, and we'll put these guys in group 4, actually, and have a separate little control group going. So these Forsaken are going to do a great job, and it looks like they do land on those Moon Howlers, so we're actually going to pull it out as soon as my opponent starts to focus it. Get these guys running in here just a little bit faster, and we'll get these Forsaken up here. So group 4, we probably want to find his Lord. So, oh man, he has a pretty scary little goon squad there. I got to be careful of that. So we're actually going to fly across. We don't want to land there. That's going to be really bad. So we're going to just continue to let our infantry do their job, kind of fly in here, and it looks like he's forming like kind of a Tetsudo formation, like a box formation, which is fine, but these Forsaken are hopefully going to do their job, and this guy's taking a beating. So he has a ton of missile fire, and it looks like, does he have the rusty arrows in here? I feel like he does. I don't know, I guess not. Yeah, oh, he has them right here. So yeah, we definitely want to focus these guys down, just finish them off, because that armor piercing is just so darn good, and it looks like his goon squad here is coming. So we're actually going to have this one focus Skarsnik, and then take group 4 out here, and we're going to use the Allure of Fire buffs in the middle to kind of really push the tempo. And right when he gets in here, we're just going to pull out, because that's a huge like beatdown force right there. So we're going to check this Manticore here, and he's actually doing okay. So we're going to cross him back over, get this one. We're going to have him go stay right over here, and group 4, we just need to get them out, because that missile fire from the rusty arrows is just going to be so scary. So in the front line, the Forsaken are doing pretty good, I'd say. They're still meeting their match, though, to say the least. Over here, we did pretty good as well, so we're going to kind of crash down here, and we're just going to kind of cycle around the battle and keep this Chaos Sorcerer alive, use the Arcane Conduit, and all right. So we got to stay on top of the rusty arrows. Those guys are just super scary, and he does have this little mean squad just roaming around doing a ton of damage, but I think the infantry line's holding up pretty well. It's hard to tell, to be honest. My opponent definitely has a very cool strategy here. I'm a big fan of what he's doing, using those gobos and the rusty arrows to really pressure me. So we're just going to continue to cycle charge, and the Forsaken actually took a little bit of a beating, so we'll use the leadership here, and looks like I have this infantry corps here that's I didn't use them effectively. I definitely was a little busy microing the back line, but right now we got to finish off all these units and terrify them. And does he have the rusty arrows still? I think I was able to finish them off, so let's actually pull these Chaos Warriors up here, pull these guys here, and just keep pushing in the front line, and we'll just bring these guys in, and hopefully they can finish off this darn spider. So I'd like to get my Lord on the spider, actually. He's one of the few like big armor piercing units I have, and we'll just continue to harass in the back line here. So we'll get these guys going here, this guy here, and is there anything else I want to finish off here? I think that's okay. So we'll do this and get these guys here, and we'll use the Flaming Sword of Ruin right now when my Lord comes in, which should be pretty good. We'll use that ability, and with his armor piercing and those aspiring champs, I should be okay. So you can see the Forsaken are doing a pretty good job here. They're actually charging around, although they did get cut down a lot. I think my opponent was very effective at using missile fire, and I think that was a big part of it. So we're going to use the Cascading Fire Cloak. Sometimes I got to get better at clicking that. In here, the Manticores, though, are having a little bit of trouble. My opponent has that like kind of hero hunting squad that I have to be very cautious of. So probably right now I should just go out in the wings and just chase down these low tier units and just finish them off. So we are making some ground on the Arachnarch Queen, so we're going to use the Potion of Foolhardiness, Potion of Toughness to really try and just push it home here. And these Chaos Warriors here were able to do a pretty darn good job, so let's go ahead and just finish that off right there. We're finishing off these goblins. Oh, those are the rusty arrows over there. Man, those freaking guys are just terrors. Such a good unit. I haven't seen a lot of people use them, actually, so we'll pull these guys over here, have them just chase down these Goblin Wolf Riders. And over here, these Chaos Warriors are holding back my opponent's forces while I finish off this darn Arachnarch Queen. Such a good unit. So we're going to go over here, finish these guys off. We're going to finish these off as well. I think there's probably some more high-value targets that I can chase. The Forsaken, yeah, we can use them here, and we can pull this guy back. And the Chaos Sorcerer, yeah, he can finish those off. So we have the Cascading Fire Cloak, so we'll cast it here on my Lord. I really need to finish off this spider. It's very important. So Skarsnik is here now, so I actually need to be really careful here. But thankfully, these Chaos Warriors are coming back, and Skarsnik has anti-large and armor piercing, so we need to get out of here. We can't like be sitting here and letting the spider as well as Skarsnik hit us. So we'll get that Manticore in there to help out. We just need to path our Lord through, like just through the back. Let's go. Let's get out of there. Man, this is a close battle for sure. My opponent's playing very well. Good player. So we'll see how this is going to go. I am picking off like a lot of his reserve units in the wings. And it looks like their Arachnarch Queen is broken, so that's a pretty good situation. I'm not sure why these guys are running. So it's going to be hard to finish like the Skarsnik off and like those units for sure. So let's go ahead and send the Manticore. We don't want him coming back, although it's so low. I think we're fine probably. He has some missile units back there, but I think it's time to like bring in the bad boys in the front here. So we'll pull these guys around. How is this rock lobber? I've just been ignoring that, not doing a great job. So we'll use the Arcane Conduit as well. Use this guy and continue to fight. And thankfully, all my troops are like starting to collapse here, which is pretty good. And it looks like he used that powerful ability. What's it called? the Fanatic one, which is really cool. So the Ragnarok Spider's fleeing. He has some troops in the back, but really this is the focal point of the battle now. It's these darn Goblin big bosses. So what I need to start doing probably is just getting my Lord and just cycle charging Skarsnik. That's going to be probably the biggest thing, to be honest. So my Lord's going to get here, and he's low, though. I have to be really careful, guys. Like, I could easily just lose this. I mean, he has some... If you guys look at the power bar, you'll notice that it's really close. So we're going to pull this guy and just continue to chase down his units here. So we're going to charge and get a nice little charge, and then we're just going to come right out the back here. Some definitely some high-level play. Not really, but... oh, did I accidentally just cast that? I meant to time that a little better, but it's okay. Should be fine. So it's going to finish casting here. We're going to go right in on Skarsnik again and get a nice little charge. And we still have the Aspiring Champs, which are pretty good. So we need to finish off those Rusty Arrows back there. Get these guys going as well. Continue to charge in. We got a nice little charge on Skarsnik. We're going to use the Bow Seeker here. I'm actually glad I didn't get rid of it this once. Gets you out a little bit quicker, and Skarsnik looks pretty darn low. So we're actually just going to... yeah, looks like he was terrified. So if we finish him, I think the rest of my opponent's army should crumble. It's hard to say. He's doing really well, though. Very cool strategy. He had, like, Skarsnik, and then he had the Goblin big bosses, and he just had this, like, goon squad that was going around and just wrecking my stuff. And, like, if I let my Lord sit for, like, 1 second, I easily could have just lost that. So, yeah, and again, not to say it's over yet, but I think it's over. I mean, let's see what he has left. So it looks like he has this Goblin big boss. You definitely have to make sure to finish off the heroic units. But the Chaos Lord, man, he hits like a darn truck, especially with the Kindle Flame. So we do have the Manticores here, and yeah, he had just so many threats, like all over the battlefield. Looks like that's it. So very well played to my opponent. Let's go ahead and take a look at everything. I'm interested to see which units of his got a lot of kills. So in this matchup, the Aspiring Champs, I think, were pretty darn good. Heavily armored, and he did have some armor piercing, but he also had a lot of like heroic units, aside from Skarsnik, of course, that didn't have armor piercing. So definitely very tough, but they did a good job. And look at that, 210 kills on Forsaken. They're like designed to kill goblins. Very, very strong in this matchup. Chaos Warriors did pretty good. Manticore is obviously very effective, but he did a pretty good job beating down some of my Manticores as I landed. So very well played there. Let's see. The Chaos Sword was obviously one of the MVPs as well, taking out that Arachnarok Queen. He was one of the few units that actually could penetrate the armor and, you know, hit hard enough to really make a dent. So in my opponent's army, it's kind of hard to allocate a lot of the kills to a single unit when you're playing Gobos, but, you know, again, just very, you know, dynamic, a lot of threats going on, and the Rusty Arrows, if I wasn't able to deal with them, I could have just lost my Lord so quick. So really good game to my opponent, SK10A Brent Verlin. I look forward to seeing you again on Ladder, and I hope you all have an excellent night. Take care.